Archaeologists have discovered an ancient rock carving of a boat on the banks of the Nile in Egypt. New research suggests that the engraving is up to 5,100 years old, predating Egypt's first dynasty. The carving features 7 people. 5 figures tug the boat to the right, while a standing figure inside the boat holds an oar. Meanwhile, a seated figure in the boat appears to be inside a palanquin, a status symbol reserved for individuals of high rank. Boats are among the most frequently recurring motifs in Egyptian iconography. After comparing the petroglyph to other depictions of boats from ancient Egyptian art, archaeologists dated it to the late 4th millennium BCE. They say that during Egypt's pre-dynastic and proto-dynastic periods, around 4,500 to 3,085 BCE, the boat was ubiquitous and invested with complex ideological and symbolic meanings. In pre-dynastic Egypt, the land was occupied by groups descended from Paleolithic peoples of northeastern Africa. Smaller societies were governed by rulers, and early systems of writing developed. It wasn't until around 3000 BCE that Egypt's first dynasty began. According to tradition, a king named Menes brought together Upper and Lower Egypt under his monarchy. But the details of how Egypt was first united under one rule aren't well understood. State formation in ancient Egypt and the processes that led to it are still difficult to conceptualize. The rock art of the Lower Nile Valley has the potential to help identify and analyze the earliest forms of political power in this region and how the landscape was exploited to express and consolidate authority. The boat in the petroglyph is shaped like a sickle. The front of the boat is facing north, the same direction the Nile flows. The petroglyph's seated figure appears to have a long chin. This could be a false beard, which many kings from the first dynasty wore. The figure may also be wearing a headdress. However, the petroglyph doesn't include a serek, a hieroglyph, featuring the falcon god Horus, which is a common symbol in First Dynasty engravings. As such, they think the seated figure may be a ruler from before the First Dynasty. The serek's absence is a relevant detail. This could indicate that the seated figure predates the widespread use of this royal symbol in official rock art. While experts are hesitant to make assumptions, they say the seated individual appears to be some sort of elite. There's a limited corpus of proto-dynastic rock art, which makes this discovery particularly significant because it depicts a seated figure in a processional boat, interpreted as a possible representative of authority. Egyptian rock art was not an accidental practice, but rather a social action that followed rules and had intrinsic meanings, functions, and goals. Historians think Egyptian royals may have commissioned petroglyphs to spread their influence. The new research suggests that this image may shed light on power structures during this period.